Are you guys ready for Wrestlemania? Except for this year, wrestling fans might be given a very tired, very broken pocket no. We are not ready for Wrestlemania. WrestleMania 42 tickets prices just dropped this week, and WWE might finally be jumping the shark. Welcome back, everyone, to the Tea Drop, where we spill wrestling's hottest drama or stories with no soft behavior. Today, we're talking about the absolute insanity of WrestleMania ticket prices that dropped this week and how TKO might be pricing out the very fans they need to take WrestleMania, to make WrestleMania magic. Let me, sorry. When WWE released the official pricing for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, fans had to do a double take. Why is that? Because for some reason, these prices are high. And not only that, they're ridiculous. I don't know how else to do that, but I am trying to kill time because my slider is broken. Here we go. Now let's go. When, like I said, when WWE released the official pricing for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, fans did a double take on the prices. So pretty much what you guys see on the screen over here is from PW Insider, pretty much breaking down all the prices for WrestleMania both nights. Section A, which are all part of the floor seats, we are looking at a whopping $8,998 each night. That's 2 nights, 2 night WrestleMania. You are paying for Section A, which I believe is right in front of the camera, and this is row 7 and back, a whopping $16,000 if you want to go both nights. Section B, which is one of the sides probably, is $3,868 each night. The risers, which are the corners, are $2,200. And then as we get to the other areas, it becomes more and more or less ridiculous. But this is not a typo, guys. This is not even resale value. That is the face value straight from WWE for this upcoming WrestleMania, which is going back to Vegas, which means already if you're not a Vegas or nearby resident, you obviously got to pay for booking for a flight, for booking for a hotel, obviously money to spend on when you get to Vegas, which you know is not going to be cheap because it's in Las Vegas. All the hotels are going to be expensive unless you do somewhere outside of the city. So you're spending a pretty good penny to go to WrestleMania. So are the regular seats any better? Not really. The 100 level, you're looking at a range between $1,400 or $1,300. Maybe if you're lucky, it's $1,100. But by this time, you probably won't be able to see some of these seats. They're probably all gone. 200 level, it goes ranging between $1,300 to $1,100. $300, $1,100. And again, these are the costs per night. And then 400 level, which is the highest level, which at that point to me, unless you really love being part of the crowd, if you don't like being so far away from the action, just stay at home section. 400 level is at $855 each night. So you're spending $1,600 for 2 nights at a level that you need binoculars for. This is the nosebleeds, which is crazy. And then there are other areas that I don't know who would do. Like there's the owner suite, an all-inclusive section for 25 tickets for $52,000. There's club suites that has 12 seats and an open bar for $26,000, and then traditional suites for $38,000. These are like big amenities that newer stadiums tend to have nowadays. Allegiant Stadium being one of the newer ones, have this, which is crazy. Then Andrew Badella on X was able to provide more breakdown to the even closer seats in the floor area, stating that even before fees, ringside seats at row 2 go $32,083 per seat. Floor ringside rows 5 and 6 go $11,563 per ticket per night. And then 7, 8, 9, 8,998. So the 8,998 is, like I said, rows 7 and back in the floor areas. But after that, it's going to go higher and higher and higher. Ridiculous. Like, that is crazy. These are nosebleeds. If you're the 400 section, like I can't even see it. Like the nosebleeds for 854 for nosebleeds. That is crazy. If you may be fainting up there with all the thin air. Like, it's a dry area. Luckily, the stadium is closed. But, guys, if you plan on going to Wrestlemania and now you can't, sorry. But they're pricing people out. They're pricing families out. It's per ticket. If you wanted to take your family of 4 to see this, if you have a big wrestling family fandom in the family, you're not going to be able to go because it's too expensive. It's crazy. This isn't an accident. This is TKO's group's revenue strategy. They've been talking about it in a way for the past couple months, even since they took over WWE. Their goal is always going to be to maximize the profits, monetize their super fans that you know are going to show up to WrestleMania. They're treating WWE like the UFC model and turn every major show into a premium event for the wealthiest fans. It's no secret TKO is trying to extract every dollar possible, even if it means choking the fan base in the process. Yes, that's TKO for you. Now, yes, WrestleMania is WWE's Super Bowl, but that doesn't mean it should be priced like it. The Super Bowl can get away with corporate seating because it's not relying on the live crowd. It's a TV event. Most attendees are suits and sponsors usually. At this point, it's Super Bowl. It's mostly suits and sponsors or superstars, big stars. Barely any fans there at this point. That game and the game can't survive without fans. Like, if the fans don't go rowdy in a Super Bowl, it's still watchable. But wrestling, absolutely not. You need the fans. You need the chants. You need the live crowd to help amp up the moments. You ever seen a wrestling event with a dead crowd? It doesn't look good. It looks dead, even no matter how well the wrestlers are performing. You need that live crowd. And can this high caliber price fan base, the people that are willing to spend that money, be able to give you the chant that you need? I'll be honest. The answer is no. Because WrestleMania Night 1 this year was pretty horrible. They had decent matches, but the crowd barely got going. They were horrible. And it was the same almost for Night 2. It was a little better, but it was still bad. And yeah, you can't fake the crowd authenticity. Very good point, VDH. You can't. You can't. Even I went to SummerSlam this year. I went only for Night 1 because I couldn't. And the prices they wanted for Night 2 because of John Cena was ridiculous. I only showed up for Night 1 at MetLife Stadium. The crowd was good. Not great. I went to WrestleMania 30... No, not 39. I went to WrestleMania 36 at MetLife when they had the Ronda Charlotte versus Becky Lynch triple threat main event. And I went to WrestleMania 29 when the main event was John Cena versus The Rock for the second time. Those crowds were better. 29 was ridiculous because the international fans were there in heavy attendance. They were helping create a ruckus. If you guys don't know, that was the WrestleMania that had the Raw after WrestleMania become Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania that you know, with the crowd going crazy, the crowd going rowdy. It was because of that WrestleMania. The show was mediocre, that WrestleMania, and the fans just basically took over and then became a norm. We all know the crowd at sporting events, especially these big events, the international crowd helps make those moments. They get rowdy and everything. You need it. I was there at SummerSlam. I was in the A section because I was luckily able to find good, decent last minute. And when I mean decent last minute, I was talking 4 hours before the show. Someone totally gave up and just dropped the price ridiculously, and I was able to get there. I was there. I love being part of the rowdy crowd. I'm a big soccer fan, so it's part of my DNA to do that. And the crowd was mild there, and I was trying to get the ruckus going. I don't know how it is. I feel like I'm complaining as a New Yorker. I think probably in other cities it's worse, especially Las Vegas. And I was trying to get the crowd. Everyone was looking at me weird. I'm like, guys, come on. We gotta wake up. It's SummerSlam. What's the point of spending all this money? So, anyway, because of the pricing, like, I didn't see at that SummerSlam many international crowd. If they were, they weren't in the floor or the 100 section. It's crazy. You need this fan base. If you don't have it, it's not gonna look good. Wrestling dies without the hardcore fan reactions. Crowd makes moments, too. Imagine Hulk Hogan lifting Andre at WrestleMania 3 and you get a mild golf clap. It wouldn't be a moment. Part of that moment, besides the feat that Hulk Hogan did, was how the crowd reacted to that moment, because it was an oh my god moment. You needed that crowd. Imagine Stone Cold winning his first title to a quiet group. It wouldn't be a moment. It wouldn't push Stone Cold to the level we know him now. Daniel Bryan's miracle moment at WrestleMania 30 with scattered applause. It wouldn't be. That was such an emotional moment, by the way, at WrestleMania 30 when he finally did it. Like, it was upsetting earlier that night that Undertaker got his streak broken by Brock Lesnar, but it all made up when Daniel Bryan finally got the moment he deserved. And imagine if the crowd didn't go wild. Imagine even if Undertaker lost the streak and the crowd did like whatever. That was the best. That was probably one of the funniest moments, is when the crowd were gassed. You heard a pin drop because the streak broke. So, WrestleMania magic depends on the real fans reacting with real emotions. When the arena is filled with corporate guests, influencers, or stars, brand partners, people who don't even watch the brand weekly, you don't get a WrestleMania crowd. You get a content marketing audience, and it looks bland as hell, and it looks weak as hell. Your WrestleManias lose value to the point that eventually sponsors are going to question, do I even want to work with these people? So, anyway, WWE is forgetting the fans who stay loyal through and through. We were there through the PG era. We were there during the weird Raw guest host era, the Authority storylines, the repeat of main events, even during the atrocity of the Saudi shows, the endless Roman and Brock cycles. Those fans, those die-hard fans, are exactly who WWE needs in the building, not these other people I just mentioned. They're the ones who create the sound bites that live forever, that you play during the beginning of that now, then, and forever promo every time you start a show, every time you do a promo, every time you make a promo. It's the reaction of crowds that help you make it. And you can't fake that. You can't fake it with all these brand people and celebrity people that you want there. If they want to go there, fine. Make them pay. Don't give it to them. Make them pay. Make them be a sponsor. Like you already have them a sponsor. I don't understand how you have all this sponsorship to the point that the damn middle of the ring is full of brands that you even question the fact that you have these ticket costs. How? Because you want to make profit. You want to over make profit, and then you want to trim the fat by kicking out talent. TKO's model seems to be, if you can't afford it, watch it from home, which is what I'm going to do. But it sucks for you because I love going to shows. If you made the shows more affordable, I would be dragging me and my wife to them more and more. But if that's your mindset, it's a bubble waiting to burst. Because one of the beauty that WWE had, at least even though in the hated PG era, is that it was very family friendly and you were getting ticket sales because a lot of families were going. But now you can't even do that. You can't even go to a house show anymore. New York City used to have a Christmas house show at MSG during the week of Christmas. We're not even getting that this year because they're trying to get rid of it. But there you go. All the bubbles will eventually burst. Every industry that overcharges its most loyal audience eventually collapses under its own weight. If WWE wants to keep pushing prices upwards, like I said, average families will stop going. Diehard fans stop attending. The atmosphere is going to get weaker. It's already weak. And moments get smaller and smaller, even though they shouldn't be. And WrestleMania becomes an event where the crowd is just kind of there. You're going to have to AI it. Go AI your crowd at this point. Because when the bubble bursts with this price, WWE may look around and realize there aren't enough diehard fans left who want to spend money because they've been alienated for years. The question isn't, will WWE make money this year? They will. No matter what, they will. Come on. The real question becomes, how many true fans will still be around when the pricing model finally implodes? And will the audience be big enough to create the WrestleMania moments WWE keeps chasing for? So let me ask you all this. Are you ready for WrestleMania, or did WWE price you out? Drop a comment below, like the video, and subscribe for more wrestling truth with no soft behavior. This has been the Tea Drop. We will spill the tea and call out the nonsense. Until next time.